The room was loud with laughter and cheers. The alien officers stood in a circle, watching the human soldier with amused eyes. They drank strange glowing liquids and clapped as if a great joke had just been told. Logan, a human war hero, stood in the middle of the room, confused. "Bring the gift." One alien shouted. Two guards entered, dragging something behind them. No. Not something. Someone. It was a girl. An alien girl, thin, weak, barely able to stand. Her skin was pale blue, covered with bruises and dirt. Her clothes were torn rags. Her head hung low, silver hair covering her face. Her hands were tied. She looked broken. The guards threw her at Logan's feet like trash. "There," one alien sneered. "Your reward for your service. A toy. For entertainment." The room exploded with laughter. Logan's fists clenched. He looked at the girl. She was shaking. She didn't cry or scream. She just lay there, silent, like she had already given up. He knelt beside her. "Hey," he whispered. "Can you hear me?" The girl flinched, like she expected a hit. Logan didn't touch her. Instead, he gently untied her wrists. "Her name is Mira," one officer said, grinning. "Used to be part of a failed weapon program. Now she's nothing. Yours to play with." Another alien joked that she won't last 2 days with a human. "She's already half dead." But Logan didn't laugh. He didn't speak. He took off his jacket and wrapped it around her trembling body. The room went quiet. "What are you doing?" an alien asked, frowning. Logan stood up slowly, Mira in his arms. "She's not a toy," he said coldly. "She's a person." Then, without asking permission, he walked out. Back in his small bunker, Logan laid Mira on a soft blanket. She didn't speak. She didn't look at him. He brought her clean water. She didn't drink. He brought her warm food. Still nothing. He sat near her but didn't touch her. He just waited. Hours passed. Finally, Mira looked at him. Her eyes were strange bright silver, full of pain, fear, and confusion. "Why?" she whispered, her voice dry and weak. "Why what?" Logan asked. "Why help me?" Logan sighed. "Because someone should have, a long time ago." Mira looked away. She didn't believe him yet. That night, Logan sent a secret message to an old friend, Dr. Kira, a medic working nearby. "I have someone hurt, badly. I need supplies," he typed. "Who?" Came the reply. "An alien girl. They gave her to me as a joke." There was a long pause. "You're crazy," the message finally came back. "But I'll help. I'm sending a kit." The next morning, Logan tried again. He offered water with a straw. Mira hesitated, then took a sip, just one. But it was a start. He smiled. "Good." She didn't smile back. But she didn't turn away either. Logan slowly cleaned the dirt from her arms, being careful not to touch her too much. Her skin was cold. Her body was too thin. She hadn't eaten in days. "Who did this to you?" he asked softly. Mira said nothing. He found strange marks on her back. Not just bruises, implants, metal fused into her skin. Small wires. Broken tech. "What are these?" Logan asked. Mira looked scared. "Please," she whispered. "Don't give me back." Logan looked into her eyes. "I won't," he said. "I promise." Outside, whispers had already started. Why is the human protecting her? Is he in love with that broken thing? Maybe he's lost his mind. Logan didn't care. He saw something the others did in single quotes. Mira was not just some failed project. She was alive. She was trying to survive. And even though she was broken, there was still something strong inside her. He remembered the war, the pain, the losses. He had seen so many die, so many give up, but Mira hadn't given up. Not yet, and Logan wasn't going to let her. Late that night, Logan sat beside her. "You're safe now," he whispered. Mira looked at him, her voice barely a breath. "Safe doesn't exist." Logan leaned forward, serious. "It will. I'll make sure of it." Ending hook. Just then, outside his door, heavy footsteps echoed. Someone was coming, not with kindness. Logan grabbed his weapon and stood in front of Myra. Whatever was about to happen, he would protect her, no matter the cost. Mira woke up with a sharp breath. For a moment, she thought she was back in the cold cell, back in the lab, back in the pain. But the floor was soft, the air smelled clean, and someone had placed a blanket over her. She sat up slowly, her body aching. Every bruise screamed, every scar burned. Her arms trembled as she pulled the blanket tighter around her. Then she saw him, the human. He was sitting against the wall, eyes closed, holding a small light weapon in his lap. Logan, he hadn't left. He hadn't hurt her. And he wasn't watching her like the others did. Logan opened his eyes. He had sensed her moving. "You're awake," he said gently. "Good." Myra didn't answer. She just watched him like a wild animal, silent, ready to run if he moved too fast. Logan didn't move. He slowly reached into his pack and took out a small packet of soft bread. "I warmed this earlier. It's still good," he said, tearing it in half and placing it near her, then pushing the rest toward her with a bottle of clean water. Still, Myra didn't take it. "I'm not going to force you," Logan added. "But your body needs something. Just a bite." Minutes passed. Myra stared at the bread like it might bite her. But finally, with shaking fingers, she reached for it. She nibbled a small piece. Her eyes widened. Warm, soft, real food, not lab paste, not dirty scraps. Her throat tightened. She didn't even realize she was crying until the first tear touched her cheek. Logan pretended not to notice. He knew she had too much pride, too much fear. So he turned away, giving her space. He spoke quietly. "You didn't deserve what they did to you." Myra said nothing. "I've seen pain before," Logan continued. "But yours, it's different. It's like they didn't just hurt your body. They tried to erase who you are." Myra's eyes narrowed. "Why? Do you care?" Logan looked at her. "Because someone cared about me when I was broken too." He stood up and grabbed the small case the medic had delivered through a secret drop. "I have medical supplies. I can treat some of the wounds." Myra froze. Her breathing changed. "Don't touch me," she whispered. "I won't. Not unless you say so," he said. He opened the case slowly, showing her the healing gel, bandages, a scanner. "Can I just clean your arm?" he asked. "No tricks, no pain." Myra looked at her bruised forearm. Then she nodded just once. He sat beside her, careful and calm. No sudden moves. No force. As he applied the gel to a swollen mark, Myra winced but didn't pull away. It was the first time anyone had touched her without cruelty. The gel tingled, and warmth spread across the wound. Her breathing slowed. "You have implants," Logan said quietly. "You were part of a program?" Myra's jaw tightened. "They said I could become a weapon. Stronger, faster, and—" "I failed," she said, her voice shaking. "I felt too much. I didn't want to hurt the test subjects, so they punished me. They broke me." Logan's heart ached. "You still feel. That's what makes you better." She looked at him. Her eyes searched for lies, for jokes, but Logan's face was honest, solid, warm. Myra didn't speak, but she let him clean her other arm. And when he finished, she whispered something so soft he almost missed it. "Thank you." That night, as Logan checked the door and windows for safety, Myra watched him. He was a soldier, a killer, but not to her. He didn't ask for her body, didn't demand loyalty, didn't use her pain for fun. He just gave, and it confused her more than anything. No one gave without wanting something back. In the corner, she found a small piece of fabric, his extra shirt. She pulled it over her torn clothes and wrapped herself again in the blanket. Warmth, kindness. These were not weapons, but they felt just as powerful. Logan sat down again, this time closer. "Not too close. You don't have to stay silent," he said. "If you want to talk, I listen. If you don't, that's okay too." Myra looked at him, her voice soft. You will be punished for helping me. Logan gave a tired smile. I've been punished before. It never stopped me. She looked at the small flame burning in the room's heater. For the first time in many moons, she didn't feel like dying. She felt a little less alone. Ending hook. Suddenly, the communicator on Logan's belt buzzed. A message blinked across the screen. They know what you did. Orders coming. Hide her or run. Logan's eyes narrowed. Mira watched him carefully, and for the first time, she reached out her hand, trembling, and touched his. Blood. It wasn't Myra's. Logan looked down at his hand. The bandage on his side was soaked. He had been wounded during their escape from the outer base. He didn't even remember when. He had been too focused on Mira, on keeping her safe. Now, the pain was sharp, real, alive. Mira sat beside him, holding the last of the healing gel. You should have told me you were hurt, she said softly, almost angry. Logan chuckled, but it turned into a wince. Didn't want to scare you. I'm not scared, she said, her voice quiet but firm. Logan looked at her. For the first time, her eyes didn't look like a victim's. They looked focused, strong. You're not, he agreed. You're something else. As Myra cleaned the wound, her hands shook slightly, not from fear. From memories. She had done this before, helped someone, a long time ago. Before the lab. Before they erased her life and gave her a number instead of a name. Where did you learn to do this? Logan asked. I used to care for others, she replied. Before they made me into this. Logan stayed quiet. He didn't ask what this meant, because he could see it, the scars, the implants, and something else, something glowing faintly, under her skin near her neck. Mira, he said slowly. What's that? She stopped moving, then pulled back her hair, revealing a metal node, almost invisible unless you looked closely. A small blue light blinked under her skin. This is part of the experiment, she whispered. It's still active. What does it do? Her voice dropped. It records. Sends data back to them. Logan's eyes widened. They've been watching you this whole time? No, she shook her head. It was damaged. They think I'm dead. That's the only reason I'm still breathing. Logan stared at the glowing light. Then he made a decision. I'm taking it out. They set up a makeshift table. Logan sterilized his knife. Mira didn't protest. She just laid her head to the side and said, If I don't survive, don't let them take my body. You're going to survive, Logan said firmly. I'm not losing you. The moment the knife touched her skin, Myra didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just closed her eyes. Like she'd done this before. Like pain was just normal. It took 10 minutes. But when Logan dropped the tiny metal piece onto the table, it stopped blinking. Myra breathed out. She looked like she might faint. Logan helped her lie back. That's the last eye they had on you, he said softly. You're free now. Mira opened her eyes. You really believe that? He nodded. You're not a lab rat. Not anymore. She looked at the small bloody node on the table, then at her own shaking hands. Freedom still felt like a dream. Later. That night, while Logan rested, Mira sat awake. Staring at the stars through the small window, she could feel something inside. Her had changed, not just the wound, something deeper. The implant was gone, but her body still felt wrong, like there was more hidden. She looked at her own arms. Pale blue, thin, scarred. She touched her ribs and paused. There, a shape under the skin, not metal, not bone, a cube. Cold and hard. She tapped it. It pulsed. A memory flashed behind her eyes. A chamber. A voice. You are the carrier of the archive. You will awaken when the time is right. Mira gasped and fell to her knees. Logan rushed to her. Mira, I remember something, she whispered. They put something else in me, something ancient. Not theirs. Logan helped her to the bed. What is it? I don't know. But it's not from the lab. It's older. Much older. Logan stared at her. She wasn't just an experiment. She was something more. Something dangerous. And something worth protecting. At all costs. Ending hook. Outside. The dark sky shimmered. A drone, small and silent, hovered in the distance, watching from the shadows. Then it vanished into the night, sending a message across the stars. Subject number 47 still alive. Archive signal. Detected. Orders? Asterisk. The room was dark. Only the sound of slow breathing and a faint beep from the heart. Monitor filled the space. Logan sat beside Mira, watching her sleep, but he wasn't resting. His eyes stayed on the doorway. His hand gripped the small pulse blade, hidden beneath his coat. He had heard it. Footsteps. Twice tonight. Someone was watching them, and time was running out. Earlier that day, Mira had collapsed after revealing the strange cube under her skin. The memory of the archive, the voices, the light pulsing in her bones. It had drained her. Now she lay weak and pale, her hand barely moving. But the signal, whatever was inside her, was awake. And someone had picked it up. Logan moved quickly. He opened his old tactical pack, pulling out a worn map and a black data chip. He inserted the chip into his CUM device, and a hidden route lit up. A smuggler's path, used during the war, dangerous, half-broken, but it could get them off the base. He leaned over and whispered, "Mira, wake up, we have to move." Her eyes fluttered open. She looked weak but not confused. She already knew. "They found me," she said. Logan nodded. "Maybe not yet. But they will." He helped her sit up. "Can you walk?" She tried. Her knees buckled. He caught her. "Then I'll carry you," he said. As Logan strapped a small medical kit to his belt and slung her over his back. Mira spoke quietly. "You're risking everything." "I already did," Logan said. "This is just part 2. She held on tighter. No one had ever carried her before. Not like this. Not with care. The hallway outside was quiet, but too quiet. Logan took a narrow back route, past rusted vents and cracked pipes. He remembered the path from his old missions. This was where the black market workers and deserters once moved in secret. It smelled of fuel and dust. And blood. Mira's voice broke the silence. "The archive inside me. It's not just data. I think it's alive." Logan stopped. "Alive?" "I feel it thinking, like it's searching, whispering." Logan didn't know what to say, but he tightened his grip. "I don't care what it is," he said. "I care that you're still here." They reached the lower exit, a hidden tunnel covered by metal crates. Logan used a crowbar to pull the hatch open. Rust groaned. Lights flickered above them. Suddenly, his CUM beeped. He checked it. Incoming order. Capture human subject Logan V and alien designation. #47. Use lethal force. Logan's face hardened. "They issued a kill order," he said. Mira looked at him. "You should leave me. You'll survive alone." He turned, jaw clenched. "Don't say that again." She blinked. "You think I'm going to walk away? After everything we've been through? After I saw what they did to you?" Logan took her hand. "You're not a weapon. You're not a code. You're Mira, and I'm not leaving you behind." Her hand tightened around his as they climbed through the tunnel. Alarms started blaring in the distance. They were out of time. Halfway through the narrow shaft, they heard it. Claws on metal. A hunter drone. Logan spun around, pulling his pistol. "Mira, keep moving." She turned back, eyes glowing faintly. "No, I can stop it." "What?" "I can feel the archive again." She closed her eyes. The drone dropped into view, its eyes red, its blades spinning. Logan aimed, but suddenly, the drone stopped. Frozen. Sparks flew from its chest. It crashed. Lifeless. Mira collapsed. Logan rushed to catch her. "I didn't know I could do that," she whispered. He looked at the destroyed drone. "You just fried a killing machine with your mind." She smiled faintly. "Guess I'm not so broken after all." Ending hook. Logan carried her toward the open hatch at the end of the tunnel, but as they stepped into the moonlight, a shadow moved across the sky. ADROPSI.ARN. And it was coming for them. Fast. The sky lit up like fire. Wind slammed against Logan's body as the dropship roared overhead, engines howling like a beast ready to hunt. He pulled Mira closer to his chest, shielding her from the dust and heat. "We've been spotted," he said. Through clenched teeth, Mira, still weak from stopping the drone, barely opened her eyes. "They're fast," she whispered. "Then we'll be faster," Logan replied. He turned and ran. Not toward safety, but into the forest beyond the base. The trees were twisted and sharp, grown wild over years of war. The old jungle had once been used for training soldiers, but now it belonged to no one. No maps, no lights. Only danger, and maybe a chance. Logan's boots hit the soft ground hard, but he didn't slow. He held Mira tightly, ducking under branches, dodging roots. Behind them, the dropship circled once, then lowered. Something dropped from it. Not soldiers. Hunters. Mechanical. Fast. Cold. Built to chase. Built to kill. In the distance, Mira stirred. "Logan, I can try again." "No," he snapped. "You almost died last time." "But I can stop them. You stop now, and we both die." His voice was firm, but not angry. It was full of fear for her, and something else. Something deeper. They reached a rocky slope. Logan slid down it, using his body to shield Mira from sharp stones. When they landed, she tried to stand on her own. She stumbled. He caught her again. "You're bleeding," she said, pointing to his side. "I know," he muttered, "but I'll live." "What if you don't?" she asked, her voice shaking. "What happens to me?" Logan looked at her. And gave a small, tired smile. "Then I guess we better both live." They found shelter in an old, half-buried war pot, its metal sides torn and rusty. Logan kicked the door open, set Mira down inside, and collapsed beside her. For a moment, there was only silence. Heavy, breathing silence. Then, a distant sound. Click, click, click. The hunters were nearby. Logan checked his ammo. 2 shots left. Wasn't enough. Mira touched the side of her head, grimacing. "They're tracking me. Through something else. Not just the implant. It's inside the archive." "Then shut it off," Logan said. "I don't know how." "Then learn. Fast." Her eyes glowed faintly again. She sat still, focusing. Logan blocked the door with a piece of scrap metal. Every breath felt like thunder in his chest. He didn't care about himself anymore. Only her. Suddenly, Mira gasped. Her back arched. Her body shook. A bright pulse of blue light flashed from her chest. Then silence. Total silence. Logan rushed to her side. "Mira?" She opened her eyes, breathing hard. I sent a false signal," she said weakly. "Told them we died in the river. They'll follow the wrong trail." Logan stared at her, amazed. "You're getting stronger." "I don't know how," she said. "I'm scared." He touched her hand. "You don't have to be. I'm with you." They stayed hidden in the pod for hours. The hunters moved past them, following the fake trail. Night fell. Logan finally relaxed a little. Leaning back. Mira leaned beside him, resting her head on his shoulder. "Why do you keep helping me?" she asked. He looked up at the stars. "They wanted me to hate. To kill. That's all I was trained for." He looked at her. "But when I saw you, I remembered who I really am." Mira smiled softly. For the first time it felt real. Ending hook. Far away, deep inside a hidden control room, a new figure stared at the glowing screen. The false death signal had been detected. "Subject number 47 has evolved," the alien commander said, his voice cold. He turned to his elite team. "Send in the Reapers. The human dies. The girl must be brought back alive. Let me know when you're ready for Part 6, the hidden code, or if you want help with title ideas or visuals for this part." Asterisk the rain had started without warning. Soft at first, then heavy. Logan stood under the thick trees, letting the cold water fall on his face. His clothes were soaked, his wounds stung. But he didn't care. Behind him, inside a small cave, Mira was still asleep. Her body had stopped glowing, but something inside her hadn't. She had changed. Logan could feel it. It wasn't just the archive. It was her. When Mira finally woke, her voice was distant, like it came from a dream. I saw something, she whispered. A city, floating, made of light. It wasn't a memory. It was calling me. Logan knelt beside her. Where? She pointed upward, toward the mountains. Not far. It wants me to go. Logan didn't ask why. He just nodded. Double quotes if it's calling you, he said. Then let's answer it. They left the cave at dawn. Mira was walking on her own now, her strength returning faster than expected. Her silver eyes seemed brighter, her skin warmer. Logan noticed. She was becoming something more than alien, more than weapon. She was becoming something rare. Free. As they climbed the rocky path, Logan noticed strange symbols etched into the stone. Circles, lines, stars. Mira touched one, and it lit up faintly beneath her fingers. It's old code, she said. Older than the labs, older than my planet. How do you know that? Logan asked. I don't, she replied. I just understand it. At the peak, they found it. Not a city, but a ruin. A circle of tall pillars made from dark crystal, humming softly with energy. In the center, a raised platform shaped like a star. Mira stepped forward. Her body pulsed with the same glow. This is where the archive came from, she said. Logan looked around. You sure it's safe? No, she said honestly. Then she stepped onto the star. The ground lit up. A beam of blue light rose into the sky, and Mira screamed. But it wasn't from pain. It was from the flood of memories. Thousands of voices, thousands of years. A lost civilization, a warning. A gift. Logan ran to her, but couldn't reach her. A barrier had formed. He shouted her name. Then the light vanished, and Mira collapsed. He caught her just before she hit the ground. Mira? Mira, talk to me. Her eyes opened slowly. Her voice was soft but clear. I know what I am now. Logan listened. I'm not just carrying the archive. I am the key. To what? He asked. To shutting down the entire experiment network. Across the galaxy, Logan froze. All of it? Mira nodded. If I reach the central signal tower, I can release the code. Free everyone. Then we do it, he said without hesitation. But Myra's eyes dimmed. There's a cost, she whispered. If I do it, I may not survive. Logan stood still. The wind rushed past them. You're not dying, he said. You don't know that, she replied. Then I'll find another way. Or I'll go with you. Either way, you're not doing this alone. Mira's eyes softened. You really mean that? I always have. She took his hand and pressed it against her. Heart, you're the only one who ever saw me as more than a lab thing. Logan didn't speak. He just held her closer. Ending hook. Far above the sky, a fleet of dark ships moved into position. Inside the lead ship, the alien commander watched the energy pulse on his screen. She found it, he said. He turned to his soldiers, giants in armor, faces hidden behind masks. Launch the Reapers. If she releases that code, we lose everything. The countdown began, and the hunt entered its final stage. The sky was burning. Fire rained down from above as the Reaper ships broke through the clouds. Their engines screamed like monsters. Their shadows fell over the land like death itself. But Myra didn't run. She stood at the edge of the signal tower, her silver hair whipping in the wind, her body glowing brighter than ever before. She wasn't scared anymore. Logan stood behind her, weapon drawn, blood dripping from his side. He was barely standing, but he wasn't leaving her. Not now, not ever. Need to go, Mira said, her voice steady. No, Logan replied. I told you, I finished this with you. She turned to him, her eyes shimmered, not from power, but from tears. If I release the archive code, she said, it will overload me. I don't know what I'll become. I might disappear. Logan took her hand. Then I'll remember you for the rest of my life, but I won't leave you. Mira looked at him and smiled, for the first time. A real smile. The ground shook. 3 Reapers landed in front of the tower. Tall, armored, deadly. Their red eyes locked on Myra. Subject number 47, one said. Come quietly. You are property of the Empire. Mira stepped forward, no longer hiding. I was never your property. She raised her hand and the archive inside her lit up, bursting through her skin in lines of blue energy. Last chance, she said. The Reapers fired, but Logan was faster. He leapt in front of Myra, firing round after round. 1 Reaper fell. Another reached for him. Mira screamed and unleashed a wave of light that stopped time itself for 1 second. 1 second, enough for her to reach the console. She placed her hand on the glowing stone in the center of the tower. The archive awakened. Signal spread like wildfire through satellites. War machines, labs, prisons, across galaxies, chains unlocked, implants deactivated, cells opened. Experiments were freed. The Empire system began to crash, but Mira was shaking now, glowing too bright. Her voice trembled. I can't hold it. It's too much. Logan ran to her. She collapsed into his arms. I'm scared, she whispered. You're not alone, he whispered back. You never were. Mira smiled one last time, and her body burst into light. A quiet explosion. No pain. Just warmth. Then silence. Logan fell to his knees, arms empty. The Reapers, now powerless, collapsed around him, just metal shells. The sky cleared. The fire stopped. And the world fell quiet again. He didn't cry, not at first. He just sat there, breathing hard, staring at the place where she had stood. Then he saw it. Spark, floating in the air. Then another. Blue lights. They floated toward him, gathering, glowing, swirling around his chest. Myra's voice echoed softly. I'm not gone. I'm just different now. Logan closed his eyes and smiled. 1 week later, on a quiet planet far from war, Logan sat under a tree. In his hand, a small device blinked, gently, a gift from Myra's light. He had no idea what it truly was, but it pulsed like a heartbeat. Inside it, her voice sometimes spoke to him. Whispers. Memories. Hope. Children who had once been prisoners now played in fields. Former test subjects laughed, ran, and healed. The archive had freed them all, because Mira chose to rise, not as a weapon, but as something greater. Final scene. A young alien girl ran up to Logan. Is it true? She asked. She saved the whole galaxy? Logan nodded, smiling. Yes, and she saved me too. The girl tilted her head. Will she ever come back? Logan looked up at the sky, where stars blinked like quiet promises. She never really left. Asterisk. They gave him a broken alien girl just for entertainment, but instead, he gave her freedom. And in return, she gave the galaxy hope.